Hola Year 9, so this is our second lesson on free time and hobbies. We have a date here, you can fill it in if you're writing any answers in your book or anything. And you might be doing this on jueves, el 4 de marzo, or viernes, Friday, el 5 de marzo, depending when you're doing it. And then in casa, we're at home. And our title again is Los Pasatiempos, so our hobbies. So by the end of today's lesson, we're going to be understanding other people's opinions on hobbies, developing our reading skills a bit. So make sure you've done the first lesson on hobbies, where we went over all the different types of hobbies we could talk about and revised opinions on them, like I like, I prefer, I hate, and so on. And then we're going to use that reading then to be able to answer about our own hobbies and do a little bit of asking as well, because although we're at home and not in class so we can ask each other, we still want to try and develop our speaking a bit at home. So let's recap first of all then some vocabulary from last week to help us with the reading. I'm going to click on a box and then I want you to call out what that means in English. What is no me gusta mucho? Pause if you want to have longer to think, but it is I don't like is no me gusta, and then mucho is much or a lot, so I don't like much, or I don't like at all, that sort of thing. What is no me gusta? I don't like, good. Prefiero, I prefer, good. And remember, you can repeat the Spanish with me if you want that extra practice. Prefiero, no me gusta, and so on. Let's go down here. What is odio? So remember, it's not odio, but odio. So I hate, okay. I have another one there, odio, I hate. No me gusta nada. So it's stronger than no me gusta mucho, I don't like a lot. No me gusta nada, I don't like at all. So nada means nothing. Remember, no me gusta, what we're saying is it doesn't please me. It pleases me, me gusta. It doesn't please me at all. So nothing pleases me about whatever it is. Oh. And then what is me gusta mucho? So we've got the no taken out. So I like a lot, or you could say I really like. Me encanta. I love, muy bien, and finalmente me gusta. I like, okay? And then we put these with infinitives straight after. What do I mean by an infinitive verb? Don't worry if you've forgotten. Muy bien, if you said it's the whole verb. So remember, we learned things like hablar is to speak. It's got that AR on the end of the verb. And if I take off that AR and add an O, I've made it into hablo, which is I speak. Or if I added hablas, you speak. So the ending tells you the person. But in this case, we're saying I like to do something, or I like doing. So if I want to say I like listening to music, I say me gusta escuchar música. I don't say me gusta escucho música, because that would mean I listen to music. Don't worry if you've forgotten some of that. We're going to see it in the reading text shortly. But first of all, let's see if we can make some of the sentences. It will be easier for you to do this if you have an eye on your work, whether you did it in book, paper, online from last lesson, and just see how many of these that you can remember, or maybe just remember parts of them. So let's start up here. I hate shopping. So what is I hate, first of all? So odio. And then this one looks nothing like the English. You possibly need to go back and look at the work from last week, see if you can find going shopping or to go shopping. So pause and see if you can find it. Okay, so odio ir de compras is the answer. Repeat after me. Odio ir de compras. You can write these down as well if you want, but you don't have to. Okay, let's jump over here. I like going out with my friends. So pause the video, have a think of that whole sentence, look back at last week. So we've got me gusta salir is the verb to go out. Me gusta salir con mis amigos. You repeat. Me gusta salir con mis amigos. Fantastico. Okay, let's do this one here. I do not like watching TV. So hopefully remember I do not like. TV is, they say, the long version of it. So what is TV short for? And then make that sound Spanish. And then it's just that verb to watch or watching, which is 3 letters and starts with a V. Okay, so maybe you found it. So it should be no me gusta ver la televisión. Let's try it. No me gusta ver la televisión. Okay, let's jump to the middle. I love dancing. So pause and see if you can find that or remember it. So it's me encanta bailar. Me encanta bailar. Now you try it. Okay, I love watching TV. So we've just been reminded of what watching TV is, ver la televisión. And we've just been reminded what I love is. See if you can put that together now. I love watching TV. So it's me encanta ver la televisión. Okay. I like talking on the phone. So hopefully remember I like. And then I've mentioned the verb talking or to talk already today. Begins with a H. And then we have the word in the middle, por. And think about what telephone, make that sound a bit Spanish, is, or see if you can find it from last week. Okay, so hopefully you pause and had a think. So it's me gusta hablar por teléfono. Now you try. Me gusta hablar por teléfono. Okay, tres más. I hate listening to music. I've already mentioned listening to music once today. Maybe you remember what I was saying, or go back and look for listen. It begins with an E. We've got I hate, we've seen again here. Okay, so odio escuchar música. I hate listening to music. Odio escuchar música. Okay, next part. I do not like singing. So singing is one word that begins with a C. If you know the Welsh, canu, that might trigger your memory for what singing is, or to sing in Spanish. Otherwise, pause and look it up. Okay, so it's no me gusta cantar. Okay, no me gusta cantar. And finalmente, I like reading. So I like, and then to read is a 4-letter verb that begins with an L. It is an ER verb, so you have to fill in just one letter. Okay, so it is me gusta leer. Try that. Me gusta leer. Muy bien. Okay, so we've recapped some of those activities or hobbies now, as well as our opinions. So now we're going to see them in a reading. Now, rather than do this on paper or on Word, I've made this into an interactive reading. So you, rather than have to worry about submitting it, your answers will submit straight to us. There is one more activity to do after the reading. So once you've done the interactive reading, come back to this video lesson to do the last task. Okay, so I'm going to show you what the interactive reading looks like on Study Zone. But if you would prefer to do this on Word or paper, then you can download the reading text from the lesson page. You're going to do, there's 2 tasks to do, and then there's answering some questions. But I'm just going to show you the interactive one now. The link is on the lesson page. Or you can come to our Year 9 Spanish Study Zone page. Okay, so we've already done all our food and drink lessons. Here's free time. So this is where you're working today in lesson 4, and the reading is just underneath here. Okay. And then there's 3 questions. In the first one, you're going to click on all the opinions. So, for example, I like and I love. And I've explained there that if an opinion is more than 1 word long, you need to click on both. So we know I like is me gusta. Don't just click on gusta. We need to highlight me and gusta. Okay, so find all the opinions in that one and then check your answer. In the next one, you've got the same text again, but this time you're clicking on all the activities. Okay, so things like doing homework, going shopping, and so on. So if you were going to click on listening to music, then we would need to click on escuchar and música. Okay, there are 29 words to click in total. That's 1, 2. That counts as 2 words. Okay, so it's not that there's 29 hobbies. It's because some of them, there's lots of little words in there, like playing on the computer, playing with video games. Okay, and then finally, and there is some new vocabulary in here. but I want you to see if you can work it out by looking at where the opinions are and thinking about, is there an activity that's coming after? Have I got a whole verb that's coming after it? The to do or to play coming straight after the opinion, okay? And then finally, you're going to then answer some questions in English. Once you've got to grips with the text by looking for the opinions and the hobbies, you're going to answer the questions in English. So you're just filling in a word here for each box. So he listens to music, something, school, and does something to answer the questions. To make sure your answers are correct, I've said here, but don't type any capital letters except for when there's a name, so who plays an instrument on Saturday, and the day. For all the other words, don't put capitals, because I've put no capitals in just to make it easier. Otherwise, it'll think your answer's wrong if it's got a capital. Okay? Fantastico. Once you've done that, then come back to the video, back in the lesson page. Okay? Okay, so if you're back here, it now means that you've done the interactive reading, you've had a go at it, or you've done your reading on paper, okay? If you did the reading on paper, then these are the answers for you to check, okay? So what two activities does Miguel like doing? Play with a computer. That was a new word for us, el ordenador, this word here, okay? And video games. When does Rafael listen to music? We had después del colegio, after school, and he also does his homework, hacer deberes then. Marta plays football on domingo, which is Sunday, por la mañana, which is the morning. Now those were new words. That was tricky, but maybe you used word reference, online dictionary or something to help you. Rafael is the one who plays an instrument on Saturday. Marta loves going shopping. And Miguel hates talking on the phone. He says, odio porque es aburrido. It's boring. We did adjectives in the last couple of topics, okay? If you did the extra, or if you did the interactive reading and you'd like to now try the extra, find the Spanish vocabulary from the text. So have a look back at the next slide on the PowerPoint, or rewind the video to have a look at the text. See if you can find the Spanish for these, and then we'll check them. Okay, so if you've done the extension, here are the answers. We've got normalmente, for normally, todos los sábados, every Saturday, porque is because, en mi tiempo libre, in my free time, and hacer deberes is to do homework. Okay, so pause and correct those. Right, the final task then is una conversación. Now, if we were in class, you would be speaking this conversation to make sure we were getting plenty of practice with our pronunciation. But obviously, unfortunately, we can't do that. So what you're going to do instead is write a brief conversation using these questions here. What do you do in your free time? ¿Qué te gusta hacer en tu tiempo libre? When do you do it? ¿Cuándo lo haces? What do you not like to do? ¿Qué no te gusta hacer en tu tiempo libre? And what do you hate? ¿Qué odias? You don't have to use every question. You might do a short conversation with 2, or you might use all 4, okay? So you're going to pretend to be both people, the person asking the question and the person answering, okay? Something extra that you could do, and we would love to hear you speaking Spanish, is record your conversation. So write a conversation and then record it. You'd obviously need to record both parts, read both parts of it. So you would say, ¿qué te gusta hacer en tu tiempo libre? And then answer the question. Or you might even find a willing volunteer at home to read the questions. It doesn't matter if they sound a bit wrong. That's fine. Doesn't matter if you make mistakes too. If you want them to read the questions and then you read your answers, okay? As you're writing your answers to these questions, use the model text that we've looked at today, those 3 texts, because they use adjectives in there. They use a variety of opinions. They've got some why phrases. They've got some when phrases, okay? So days of the week, morning, and so on. And if you want to add extra vocabulary, then use an online dictionary like wordreference.com or other online dictionaries. But please don't just type your answer into Google Translate and just copy and paste, because we will be able to tell. You obviously learn nothing from doing that. Single words in Google is okay most of the time, but it doesn't always give you the right word. So for example, if you typed in can into the English because you wanted to write I can play football on the weekend, it might give you the word can as in a drink can, which in Spanish is a completely different word to the word I can. okay? It's lata for a drink can and puedo for I can. So they're completely different, okay? So just bear that in mind. So that's the only part you're going to need to submit to us today is a writing. You can either type it straight into the add submission box or by a PowerPoint, via Word, whatever it is, okay? Fantastic. So now you've finished, one extra thing you could do today is to ask one of these questions to another classmate. You could do it over Teams. You could type into Teams and tag a person. Put at and then their name. I'm not sure if pupils can do that, but you could just put their name and I can tag it and see if they can give you an answer. Or you could WhatsApp your friend, not compulsory, but just an extra way for you to think about improving and practicing these questions. Excellent work, Year 9, and I will see you next lesson.